Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. WadsWorth the Fifth here. It's a pleasure to see you all again. Thank you for coming to enjoy my show. Today, we're going to be talking about Top Gun Maverick. If you've seen it, or if you haven't seen it yet, it is spectacular. Esmerelda and I went on a hot date the other night, and in Providence, and we were at the movie theater, and it was glorious. The special effects, I mean, it brought us right back to the 80s. I mean, the last movie was made in 1986 with Tom Cruise. So, you know what? I give him a lot of credit for all the work he did on his abs. I mean, he's getting up there and he keeps going. So I give him credit. I'm pretty sure he even flew in some of those planes. So he went above and beyond. And Jennifer Connelly, oh, always delicious. I mean, how do you not love her? And we definitely enjoyed their kind of romantic little ta-ta-ta. You know, they were cute. It was fun. And the planes, I mean, Tom Cruise taking on, you know, Admiral after Admiral and even Iceman again. It was fun seeing him. Even if he was not in the best of shape, or not to ruin the video, 6 feet under. But it kind of made me think of how things are going in the U.S. military. It was a funny thing. After the movie was ended and all the missiles had been fired and all the guns had gone off and Tom had run out of ammunition, what was it that the message was that kind of really spoke to me from this movie? And Esmeralda and I both kind of felt the same way, that it really just kind of showed that there was some serious troubles going on with the U.S. military. And what the hell happened to our Navy from the 86 to 2022? It's kind of scary and ridiculous. So what we were thinking was, oh, forgive me, Esmeralda's checking in now, so I just wanted to say hello, darling, to you as well. Thank you for your comments. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. So basically, we're watching the movie, and, you know, I mean, it begins with Tom in like this crazy hypersonic, it's called a Dark Star jet. I did do some research on this so that I could actually know what I'm talking about the names of the planes. And, you know, he's trying to reach Mach 10. And I'm pretty sure if a human being actually reached Mach 10, that he would be flattened like a pancake. But, you know, movie's sake, I'm cool with it. Tom looked cool doing it. It was pretty fantastic. And he saves the day, you know, helping out his fellow Navy men and everything. And then he's required to go to Top Gun again, right? So here he is in Top Gun, being asked to be an instructor and to teach Goose's son. Now, Goose's son is not very happy with Tom, and for various reasons, you know, daddy issues and whatnot, a few other things. I don't want to give away the entire movie, but it was very interesting. But they put him in charge of this class of Top Gun pilots, about 12 of them, I believe it was, so that he could teach them how to outfly this other country's jets, which were using Sukhoi Su-57s. They're called felons, which I find hysterical. So we're fighting felons with our jets, which were Lockheed Martin's F-35s. Okay? So we've got some advanced planes that we're using that do not live up to the standards of the people we're fighting. And so I'm going, what the heck has happened to the U.S. military might, especially our Navy, that suddenly, like, in the 1986 one, there was something about missiles is why we needed the Top Gun. So, you know, we've lost some of our shooting skills and we've got to improve upon that. Okay, cool. Now, literally, the conversation has changed to, it's not because of missiles, it's because our planes are awful. The U.S. Navy planes are awful. They can't stand up to these planes that, I believe these are Russian planes. Russians are always the bad guys, right? So here they are, the Russian planes. They're doing like Chinese ninja star moves in the sky, like wild, crazy maneuvers that you just cannot believe. And then we've got the Lockheed Martin thing going, I'm a tube and I fly straight. And oh my God, the bad guys are behind us already. How did they do that? What has happened to the U.S. military? You know, I remember my past life when I was in World War II and I was flying a P-51 Mustang. I mean, those things were fabulous. You know, propellers, they even had it in the movie. Tom standing there, fixing, you know, wrenching on it and stuff. Oh my God. I would have rather have seen him fly a P-51 Mustang against these Sukhoi Russian-made felons. Like, bring it on. Like, seriously, because apparently it's not about the machines anymore for the U.S. Navy and their aircraft. It's about the pilots. So, which I also found kind of funny that they're talking about, we need to remove the pilots from these machines. Which way are we going with this Navy, guys? Are we going with removing the people? Or are we going with robots? And we've all seen Terminator. We know how this ends. We're supposed to keep people behind the machines. That way we don't have Terminator moments, right? But that's a different movie, perhaps a different discussion. But yes, there was some just little back and forth between, do we need the pilots or do we need robots? So ultimately, it really showed that the Navy is not doing very well. The Navy's planes are kind of sad and out of shape. And truly, the coolest part was when Tom got behind his F-14 Tomcat, just like he used to in 1986, with the planes that kind of like woo, open up and close. I mean, they were Transformers. That 80s Transformers. Our planes were Transformers then. Now, what we have is Nelia's saying she's voting for the pilots. Thank you, Esmerelda. I appreciate that you're voting for the pilots. I do too. I would much rather have pilots than I would, some terrible thing where like, oh, there's robot psychos with missiles flying over the United States, especially one where the planes we're building right now that they're just awful. Like, what is happening to the U.S. Navy? So kind of frightening, kind of off-putting. And I really hope the Navy is going to step it up. I really hope here in the United States, now that this is my new home, that the American people are going to, put some people in office that are actually interested in helping the United States rather than selling out to China. I mean, even the bad guy's plane is a Sukhoi. Tell me that's not helping China. Come on. But I don't know. Ultimately, Jennifer Connelly, if you leave Tom, Esmerelda and I would talk with you. Yes. It was a very good film. We enjoyed it. But yes, no, the Navy needs to step up its game. Clearly, it needs to step up its pilots, and Hollywood needs to step up its skills because we're lacking a little bit of that 80s glory that we used to have. I'm glad Tom did this movie. It was a lot of fun. Esmeralda and I had a blast. But yeah, ultimately, it did leave you with that question mark of like, what has happened to our planes? Bring back the F-14 Tomcat. That's my vote. Thank you all for tuning in. Esmeralda, thank you for your voting and for stepping in. I appreciate you joining me today. And I appreciate all of you stepping in to add your comments and what you think about the new Top Gun movie, or this video, perhaps. And by all means, leave comments with your names, and perhaps you will make it into the next reading. But before we go, I almost forgot. So into the movie, I almost forgot to do a reading about the Navy and its vehicles. So let's do this. I was directed to use the Viking Tarot deck again. I'm very grateful for Thor there, lending a hand. So let me see. I'll put the pipe down, and we'll see where we go with this one. All right. So, are you feeling lucky to pick a card? What's going on with the Navy, and where do we stand with it? Maybe it's just time to mothball the Navy. Oop, there's the card. Let's see what we got here. So, first look at the card. Ooh, Vegosphere. So, this lady's got her Viking compass on her forehead and the Viking, just a shield across her chest. Let me see. I'm going to have to look her up. I believe for a little information and clarity could go a long way. So, 43. 43 might be a number that you find useful today. Let me see. Okay, Vegosphere. So, you are never truly lost. So, our Navy, perhaps they're not really lost. Maybe they just need to, step up their game a little bit. And their pilots, who knows? Unless we choose to be. We each have a purpose, God's given gifts and direction to fulfill that purpose. Even in the direst of times, know that you are loved and protected. You can find your way, and even if that way seems hidden to you. So, perhaps it's Navy that's lost. Perhaps it's Hollywood. Perhaps it's Lockheed Martin that cannot figure out how to make a decent plane anymore. I do not know. But I do know that we are loved and we are protected by the gods and goddesses, and that's a good place to start. So stay positive, stay excited, stay happy, and start thinking about the F-14 Tomcats. Maybe they'll make a comeback in the Navy. Modernized, cooler, and maybe even more transformable. I would name one Optimus. Thanks again. Please leave a comment, subscribe, and like. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all.